The sound era of film, no one topped the Three Stooges for longevity and productivity. From 1934 to 1958, they starred in 196 comedies, and today their films are capturing a whole new generation of fans. And my next guest is one of the original Three Stooges. Here is Moe Howard.
Yeah.
Welcome.
My wife's name, they can't think of it.
That hair is fantastic. Everybody remembers you with the hair. That's all I can remember is the hair came right here and went around like a... How did that happen? Everybody thought it was a
comb.
You still do it?
Where is it? Yes.
There you go. Show you I'm a fan. Hey, all I can think of is those crazy things which kids see you do.
Yeah.
Now, do you ever get letters from mothers, irate mothers, saying, "How dare you do
never,
that?"
Never irate mothers. Confused parent-teachers associations. They are isolated cases. And this child psychologist, where they took the shows off in Cleveland on account of it,
Yeah.
they got this child psychologist and asked her, could anything that the Stooges do in their films hurt a child and cause them to do things that normally they wouldn't? She says, no, I'm a lover of the Stooges myself. But if a family has a problem child, then it doesn't make any difference that you'll watch a Western where they're killing people, they're liable to grab a gun and kill somebody. But a normal child never gets anything difficult out of the Stooges comedies.
Well, my kids...
Yeah, very good, you're right, and they love it. They love it. Is it your kids?
My kids did doing the same things that I did when I fell in love with the Three Stooges. They go on doing the imitations. They imitate everybody.
Highly educational.
Yeah, but they love it. Yes, it is.
Now, you're I said one of the originals. Now, Curly passed away, didn't he?
Shall I give you the chain of command?
Yeah, please.
Okay.
You guys used to be with Ted Healy, right?
Yes, I was the first one with Ted. Ted was a boyhood friend of mine. So he went in one branch of show business, and I went in another. I was the first one with Ted. He asked me to come. I met at the Prospect Theater in Brooklyn. I happened to go back to say hello to him. He was with his
Wait a minute,
wife.
Brooklyn got a little murmur outside.
It's coming back.
Go ahead.
The Prospect Theater in Brooklyn. And then I was going in the stage door, and he was coming out and said, Mo, just the guy I want to see. My acrobat left me. He was doing the toe-to-toe catch, you know. So he says, my acrobat left me. Can you help me out till I get a new one? You can still do the back flip, can't you? I said, back flip where? We used to do it on the sand on the beach. I said, but under the stage there's concrete. If I make a fall, the Valvalier disappears.
I think you just lost your uvula.
So he says, help me out for a week. Well, the week lasted 11 years.
When did all that start, that slapping?
Well, Healy started that. He smacked the hell out of us to begin with. And I was smart. I took Healy's place later on.
But how did... when did the other two guys come into the act? Curly and
well, let me tell you.
And
I was with Ted first.
Yeah.
Then my older brother, Shemp.
Oh, yeah.
In 1923, we were on the stage and I heard somebody laugh. And I said, Ted, Shemp's out there. So he walks to the footlight and says, I'd like to have a young man from Brooklyn preferred to come up here. Up comes Shemp with a pair of rubbers in his pocket. Of course, no matter any city he went, they had a pair of rubbers stashed away in a check room in case it rained when he was there. Now he comes up on the stage eating a pear with a rubber thing, and he asked Ted if he wanted a bite. Ted says, no, I don't want no bite. And finally the pear wound up in one of their faces. It became Ted, Moe, and Shemp. In 1925, we were off a couple of days from Schubert's show A Night in Spain.
Look at me nodding like I know. I don't know.
Yeah.
Schubert's so I didn't spin. I'm
That was
following.
1927.
Oh,
Okay. Now we're at the Marigold Gardens watching the show, and here comes this little fella in tails and a high hat and a violin. He starts playing the violin like this. Not good, but no, you know. And doing a Russian dance at the same time, playing the violin. So Healy looked at me and said, well, are you thinking what I'm thinking? I said, yeah, let's talk to him. We watched the rest of the show. We went back in the dressing room. He had a robe on. He had wet his hair. And while we're talking to him, his hair started to crawl up in knots like, you know. It was drying out, see?
He didn't have his finger in a socket or anything.
No. So Healy looked at him and said, hey, you're single out there, it's not too hot. You want to join with the other two boys and become three? He says, I'd love it. He says, I'll give you $90 a week and $10 more to throw that fiddle away. And he threw it away, and it became three in 1925 with Ted. Now, we went all the way down the line with Ted, Shemp, and Larry Shemp and I. In 1932, Shemp got the opportunity to play the character Nobby in the Joe Palooka pictures on the coast.
I remember, yeah.
Yeah, he didn't want to go. He said, what are you going to do for another guy? I said, Shemp, go. It's a great opportunity for you. We'll get the kid brother Curly. You know, Curly was my younger brother.
Oh.
And he was with Orville Knappen Band. He was a guest conductor. Like this.
Yeah.
And the faster he went, the more the suit fell apart. He wound up in long underwear with a flap in the back, with a big lock, you know, in the
With a lock on
with a
the
big
flap.
thing on the rumble seat there. So then it became,
He played only the better rooms with that act.
oh, sure. We played one in Chicago called the Black and White Society. Yeah, they wear black dress shirts and white tails. Marvelous. We got booked in there, Ted and we guys. We got booked into this beautiful hotel, and we're wandering around, and the booking woman comes over and says, please, you're not to mingle with the guests.
Uh-oh.
5 minutes later, one of the guests vomited all over Larry's suit. Now, we got up to do the act. The piano player's playing.
My
the
good
music.
old hometown Chicago.
Yeah. Piano player's playing, and Healy's, we start to do with the jokes, and all of a sudden, French rolls start coming up.
They were throwing things at you.
Throwing! Hit the piano player twice, and Healy says, hold out for roast beef. See? So to keep going with the thing, it became Curly, I, and Larry from 1932 to 1946.
And you did all those pictures, though?
Yes.
Was I right, 196, or were there more?
There were 200.
200?
Yes. And then Curly, in 1946, had a stroke. Right in the middle of at the tail end of a picture, incidentally, a picture that my wife wrote called Hoi Polloi in Society, see? Poor fellow, and then he lingered and lingered. We tried to build his morale up and put him in the picture with us and so on. Didn't work. Shemp returned in 1946 and became Shemp, Larry, and Moe again. Curly passed away in 1952, and Shemp passed away in 1955.
Then you got another Curly.
Yes.
Later
Now, you
on.
see, this was awfully troublesome to me because I had to break these guys in, you know. That.
Yeah.
So now we can't get the fellow we have now. There's Joe DeRita, which we had recently.
Yeah, the little chubby
From
guy.
Burlesque, you know.
Sure.
He was signed up with Minsky. We couldn't get him. So we got Joe Besser.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
the
he
guy.
was not so hard.
The
Yeah.
little guy does that.
So he
yeah.
finished the 2 years. We had a 24-year contract at Columbia. He had finished the 2 years.
24 years.
Straight, no options. Until unconscious.
24
Yes.
years.
So Joe Besser finished the 2. Then we got Joe DeRita out of his contract, and he joined with us in 1958. In 59, we made a feature called Have Rocket Will Travel. Uh-huh. Then
There's a lady who saw
then
it
we
twice.
made, now we didn't get anything. We didn't get anything for the old comedies. Because that we signed the contract before there was TV.
Yeah.
Anyhow,
Excuse me, Mo.
yeah,
I
go
want
ahead.
you to tell about that clause, but before you do, we have to
Yeah.
pause, and then you're going to show a little film that
Oh, yes.
Mo brought along for you to see. We'll be right back, right after this. The thing that occurred to me in watching your pictures, as I have over the years, did you guys ever get hurt hitting each other?
Are you fooling? Teeth got knocked out.
Teeth knocked out?
Stitches in the head. I broke my ankle twice. My ribs are half gone. Sure. The wages came in. You know, you don't figure that.
Should have taken up hockey.
Believe me, that would have been better.
Mo, can I ask you something?
Are we on the air?
Yes.
Oh, hello.
Can I ask you a rather personal question?
Yes, sir, you may.
How old are you?
On June the 19th, I will be 76.
You look great. You really do.
I made my first film in 1908 at the old Vitagraph studio in Brooklyn.
In Brooklyn?
With John Bunny, Flora Finch, Lillian Walker, Maurice Costello, the whole works. I was in there.
Now, we have a film clip which I've told everybody about.
Oh.
It's from Slipper Silk.
Slippery Silk.
Slippery Silk, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And it shows it had quite a pie-throwing finale on
Threw
film.
116 pies in that picture, and it wasn't enough. So the prop man...
116
the prop
real
man,
pies?
Real pies, the blueberries. There wasn't enough, so the prop man shoveled up with a shovel all the muck from the floor, put it on new pie stuff with nails and splinters and everything else, and threw the rest of it. Incidentally, anybody you saw get hit in this piece of film, I did the throwing. Except when I got hit.
Yeah.
But I was so accurate that the studio auditors claimed that I had saved them tens of thousands of dollars with my accuracy in the pie throw.
But you're a dead eye, huh?
Yeah, oh, they're not dead.
I got to
Dead eye,
remember
no.
that if I'm ever around you when there's a pie around. Will you roll the clip, please, Frank?
I'm glad you said that when there's ever a pie around.
You can't get away with that. Oh, yeah? Yeah. Oh. How dare you strike Mrs. Morgan? Don't you hit my mother. A backbiter, eh? Oh, you didn't talk. Oh.
Boys, down here and we'll give him the work. Come on.
They missed me.
Stop! What are we fighting for? They started it.
Hey, go up and see if the coast is clear. It's clear.
Very idea. Wait, look at Billy.
You're on a direct range. Get out of the way, kid.
Boys. This is no way for gentlemen to act.
Pardon us, ladies.
I love the bit when Curly's arm was here and you thought it was, and you got it in the face. That's beautiful. Is there really an art to throwing pies?
Oh, you can bet your bottom dollar on that, boy.
I mean, not just anyone can throw a pie.
Oh, they can throw it. See, but the mistake is, actually, they should push it. You just don't throw the things, you go off your
Your
mark.
hand will go through them
Aim
too,
it.
won't it?
Yeah.
Push.
So you got to it's got to be an easy.
Every pie that we threw there, I made the stuff, the ingredients, to make sure that it was right.
We have a mannequin and some pies back here, and
Oh?
why don't you just show Ted and me how to.
I'll
I'll
sit here
throw
if you don't mind, Mike.
Oh,
You don't want me to go
no,
over
we're
there.
we got a mannequin.
No,
we're
we
going to
got a
throw pies.
Oh, mannequin, okay.
Yeah. You sure?
How's your vulva up there, kid? Now, let's see.
How long you in town, sweetheart?
Let me start here. All right.
Are you gonna hit the mannequin?
Yeah. Now, you see by the weight of the pie.
Right.
Depends on what part of the palm you're holding. Like you take it from here, whang, right in the push. Now, you take this one here. This is what they call the royal shove. The royal shove? The royal shove. You give it, pound, and everything flies. Now, there are some side throws sometimes. Wait, this is too much. This is too much on me. Watch it. Now.
A side throw?
Almost got me.
Stick a little more humor there. You know, here, you show, see what you can do there.
You're not trying to do what I think you're trying to do, are you?
I was throwing it at the mannequin, see, Ted? I wasn't throwing it at... I mean, if I were going to throw a pie...
You can make a right-hand shelf, too, if you like. I mean, they get together on the thing.
Can I try it with this?
Sorry about that.
Yeah, let me try a right-hand shot with it, I did that wrong, didn't I?
No. Just quit for a while. Quit just a minute now.
I like this one. My favorite is the one where you don't throw, but you just set it there. That's my all-time favorite. And don't you like this one when a guy thinks he's going to throw it at somebody else? I mean, that's a good one, too. And that's really a good one. Is it? Huh? Wait a minute. What the hell is this? Joe, are you... Be right back. I want to thank Ted Knight for a terrific... I was going to say thanks for a terrific week. And Moe, thank you, and I'll see you all Monday after I shower.
Promotional fee paid by National Airlines. National flies the new DC-10s to more Florida cities than any other airline. Automobiles and promotional fee paid by Chevrolet, featuring the 1973 Nova. The basic, dependable car made better this year with real improvements to make it even better. Nova for 73, built to give you a better way to see the USA. Guests of the Mike Douglas Show stay at the Independence Mall Holiday Inn.
As a little boy over 70 years ago, our next guest knew he was going to become an actor when he grew up. He went on to become a big part of Hollywood's golden years of comedy because of scenes like this.
I'm sorry, Mo. It was an accident. I know, fellas. Accidents will happen, sure.
Now, you take this wrench.
I don't want it. Oh, mercy, I did.
I'll make powder out of that.
Leave it alone. Listen,
I mean, what's going on here? Pick up that stuff and get to work. So help me, this shall last. Oh! Come back here. No, don't listen to you, my friend. I hear you. You come to your ears.
Boy, right on the head.
Here's one of the original Three Stooges, Moe Howard.
It's a delight.
It's nice to have you back. Did we talk? I know the last time you were here, you had your hair parted and combed back, and I said, was that a wig you used to wear? And you just took the comb out and did this a few times.
Oh, yeah, but this one here is a...
Oh, no, that's
No,
his own hair. But did we tell how that whole thing happened? How you became, how did you
I don't
decide to
recall,
wear
but
your hair?
if so, I can review it again, because it's quite
I
interesting.
don't think we talked about that.
When I was a small lad, up to the age 11, my mother used to wake me a half hour before the other four boys and make these cigar curls over her fingers like that and bring them down to my shoulders here. 11 years old with curls down to the
Long
shoulders.
curls.
I used to fight my way to school, in school, and back home from school. Principal wanted to know who was knocking out all the boys, you see. And when I came across a fellow who was a little too tall, I had my buddy, Rusty Johnson, stand back to back, and we'd clip him from every angle. And finally, Rusty's mother said, James, you can't go with that Howard boy anymore. You're coming home here 3 times a week with bloody nose, black eyes. I don't understand that. You have to stop. So the boy and I talked it over, and finally he said, Mo, I got an idea. I'm going to get my mother's scissors, and I want you to do a nice job on yourself.
And this is the result.
I said, okay, and I, without looking, I went around with that scissors all the way around the head, and when I got to look at myself in the mirror, it was awful. When I went home, my mother passed away right there.
Oh.
And I remembered, in later years, I remembered what I looked like, and that's how, and this must have been 20 years before the Beatles were born. So, this is
So
it.
you're
This
the
is-
originator, huh?
I would say it was an accident.
I said in
They
the
also
inter-
wore them in the 12th century.
That's right.
Oh, yes, yes.
They used to have a name for these when we were kids during the Depression.
Skunk heads.
Well, no.
No?
No, it was the
No, I wish I had thought of that one.
bowl on top.
Oh,
The bowl just
apologize.
put around
Stuff
the
you used to
side
put under
bowl.
your bed. What do
Yes,
they call those
yes.
bowls?
Potties.
Potties, yes. Put a potty on the head and just cut around.
Yeah, chocolate parties. I remember
Chocolate
them,
potty,
sure.
that's right. We also had a vanilla potty, and then we had a strawberry potty. Depends
Yes.
what flavor you wanted.
Did you, I bet you're probably the only man here or in America who's thrown more pies than Soupy Sales.
Well,
Well, I
wasn't
never
super
threw
sad.
too many. I always caught them, really.
You were on
Well,
the
you
receiving
threw
end.
some at some important people in your day.
Yeah.
You
But
missed me. I don't know how you missed me.
Well,
At any rate,
And you threw them all right. There is a right
Yes.
and a wrong
Oh, yeah.
way to throw
Correct.
a pie. He is a genius
Correct.
at this.
you know, Columbia Pictures has said many times that I was responsible with my accuracy of saving them thousands upon thousands of dollars
yeah.
in throwing clay pots, clay pitchers, bottles, prop bottles.
These are all breakaway things.
Yeah,
he's
breakaway
talking about,
things, yes.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah.
We have to save time for the skit, which we're going to do. We're
Oh,
going to do
sure.
a skit with Mo, so we have to pause right now for these messages. We're
Oh,
coming
I
right
wouldn't be
back.
surprised.
Be right back, right after this.
Ladies and gentlemen, The management has spared no expense in bringing the next novelty to this theater. With his mental agility, muscular control, and keenness of eye, this man is a sensation of 3 continents. Due to existing conditions, he was smuggled into this country by way of the Delaware River. He speaks very little of our language, and I was asked to act as his interpreter, which of course I will. I take great pleasure in presenting for your approval His Royal Highness the Maharaja of Poon. Okay, cockeye, just a minute here. Here. Maha.
Yaha.
Raja. Razbanis yatabenefucha timidacharanja pad rikman hiha. I make the announcement. The Raja never on any occasion uses a helper, assistant, or confederate. But for this particular group of tricks, we'd like to have a young fellow. I said young, you silly Billy.
What does the Raja do?
We shall see. Maha. Yaha. Please. Razbanya shate benefucha timina charanji padarik man hiha. The small time silly Billy eski what teacher fatsai you do.
Rasbanyas yata benefuch, nothing.
Nothing?
Nothing.
The Raja says he is an expert pistol shot, marksman, and sharpshooter. Says that he has spent the better part of his life as chief pistol instructor in the Bulgarian Junior FBI. His pistol record, 2 shots out of a possible 200.
What would be the Raja's first trick?
Oh, we shall see. How the hell did he get out of this coat here? Maha.
Yeah. Russia.
Squattez-vous. Razbanya shata benefucha timine charonja padarikman hiha. The small time Yankee doodle eski what teach you that first trick, if you don't mind, please.
Rasbanyas yata benefuch, also Resinis.
Oh, that's Resinis, you're going to hit it?
I could smash the hell out of me.
The Raja says that at this time, he will shoot a raisin from the top of this gentleman's head.
Shoot what raisin from what gentleman's head?
Oh, pardon me for calling you a gentleman.
Okay.
Would you mind kneeling? Thank you. Maha.
Yaha.
Hot. Please. Oh. What's the matter?
Oh. Russia bene also Mazda Edison. Tubrechki.
The Raja says that the lights in the auditorium are destroying his eyeballs. What's left of them. Take the white light off. Take the blue light off.
Take the Raja off.
Yeah. Oh, please. This away. Pistoia. Numbskullet. Bing. By golly, he did it!
Yeah, but he left the seeds.
Please.
Is the Raja's next trick?
We shall see. And we have the pistoia. Squatting. Razbanya shata benefucha timida karanja, the refugee from What's My Line. He ask you, Tesky, what teacher for trying that next week? If you got a trick, for God's sake, do it.
Prasbanias, Yata Benifuch, also knifeys.
Oh, knifeys?
Oh, knifeys.
This knifeys, you're gonna throw them?
Oh, gonna throw the heck out of them.
The Rajah says that at this time he will toss the razor-edged daggers at random.
Well, Mr. Random, you better get up here. We don't want to hold up the bet.
Please. Mr. Random, would you mind stepping back here?
I ain't gonna let that blind bat throw knives at me.
What do you mean, blind bat? He can see better than you can, and I can prove it.
Prove it.
Maha?
Yeah.
What is this?
Prasbanish Yaki make it a kamaka $50.
See?
You're right. I thought it was a dime. Right here?
Back to the board. Yes, sir. Maha?
Yeah.
Yeah. Knifeys. Oh. You just... Pretty good shot. Knifey. Now, in order to make this trick more difficult, the Rajah will twist himself in complete circles till he becomes more dizzy, if possible. Very good. And now, as an added feature, the Maha,
Yeah.
Rajah, will throw a soft grenade.
Oh, really?
Yes. And to show his accuracy, we will now ask one to bring on the soft grenade. Looks like more than one soft grenade.
Yeah.
Hey, Rajah!
Yeah.
You said
Yeah.
it. Would you mind to holding, please? Like this. Now then. You see the fly spot on the wall there? That small fly spot? Let it have it.
Okay.
I don't know why you brushed him off. He wasn't dusty.
My
dear?
Would you mind bringing all those things in? Thank you very much. Please, keep your eyes in the front. Ain't it? Good. Soupy! That's it.
Wait a minute.
the Three Stooges. Moe Howard. Woo! Hey, how are you, pal? Good to see you.
Did you call me pal?
Yeah, except...
I haven't heard that word in years. You know, I was once a bum like you. But not lately, not in I can remember in days of yore, when I was a painter. I painted men and women. Men on one door, women on the other. And then I shifted to the night shift in the steel plant. And I come home from the late shift, and there was a note on my pillow. Moe, I'm running away with Roger. Don't try to follow, you'll never find us. I was wild with rage. I chased him to Pittsburgh, to Philadelphia, to Atlantic City, to Albany, to Gloversville, Amsterdam. And then I came face to face with a dirty rat that had ruined my life. It was in Niagara Falls. Niagara Falls! Slowly I turned, step by step, inch by inch. I poked his eye. I pulled his... And then I knocked him.
Oh, wait a minute, are you all right? You didn't hurt yourself, did you, pal?
Oh, I guess I'll be all right.
Oh, boy, he's a nice guy, but when I say Niagara Falls, he...
Niagara Falls! Slowly I turned, step by step, inch by inch. I gouged his eye. I drank the fire. And then I...
Wait. Are you okay?
I believe.
Niagara Falls.
Niagara Falls! Slowly I turned, step by step, inch by inch. I gouged his eyes. That jerked him around, and then I...
Are you okay?
Take it easy.
Oh, we better sit down.
You know, every time I hear the name of that city, it tears me apart.
It's not doing me much good either.
I tell you. Moe! Roger!
Hey, you know what? She ran away with another guy and left me holding the bag.
Just like that devil.
Yeah.
What do you know about that?
Oh.
You know,
Well, go ahead. You tell him your story, how you followed her to Pittsburgh and into Syracuse and...
I tell you, I don't understand how you got her away from me. How did you do such a thing? And I tell you, following to Pittsburgh wasn't the only thing.
Yeah.
And we're going to let bygones be bygones.
Into Philadelphia, too.
Yes. And then...
Yes.
I'm going to tell you where I caught up with you.
I can't get over these guys. Every time I mention Niagara Falls...
Niagara Falls! Slowly I turn, step by step.
Wait a minute. Who is this? Who is that?
Which way to the church?
What did you say?
Which way to the hospital?
I'm late for my wedding, and my honeymoon train leaves at 4 o'clock at Niagara Falls.
Niagara Falls!
Moe, my tailor's gonna love you. Listen, I want to find out about the guys. I want to find out about Curly because I heard this story and I want to find out if it's true. Did he have trouble learning his lines?
Well, he was what we called a mentally slow in lines.
A slow study.
Yeah, slow study.
Well, did he have a trick to help him remember?
Well, yes, I tell you, and it broke us up every time. Now, on one occasion, he forgot his lines, and I can tell by his eyes, you know, they kind of cross a little bit when he don't remember the words, and immediately falls to the floor, and on one occasion, he spun around like a top, about 10 times. And when he got up, I knew that he remembered what he had to say, and he went on with his line. On one occasion, again, he got clouded up, down to the floor, and he laid down like a snake, like this, and he went all over the floor like that. What'd I drop? Money?
Get your glasses.
Like a snake, he'd bounce. And on another occasion, he'd do that back kick step.
Oh, yeah.
And on some occasion, he'd walk right up to me, right to my face, and go,
I used to think that was part of the act. He just go.
no part of the act.
He was trying to remember.
That was
Trying to remember.
natural.
Oh, that's funny.
And then they put the sound effects in of choppers going like that, you know. And he was...
How did this thing, I hesitate to do this, but how did this thing start? And I did this to Moe this morning, and tell him what you did to me.
On both sides.
But how did the eye poking start?
It started in those days we played contract bridge. It was taught to us by Fred Keating, the magician. And during the game, the hand was finished, and Larry said, now let's see. I had 4 honors, and Shim said, what? I took the first trick with an honor, and I've got one in my hand now. Larry says, I don't care, I had 4 honors. And Shim shot his fingers at him, right in the eyes, a ½ inch in each eye. Ooh. And the tears rolled down his eyes, and I got hysterical. I laughed, leaned back, and went right through a glass door.
Oh, boy.
Good night. See the cuts here?
Yeah, from just falling apart. What happened, huh?
Yeah, and then we were working at the Paramount Theater.
In New York?
In L.A. here.
Oh, in L.A.?
Yes. And on the stage, we had a gag where I would say, they were both talking at once. I said, wait a minute, who's the manager of this act? And they both walked towards me, and both said, I am. So I went bang with both hands. And I cocked them both. One, I hit Larry in the side of the eye, and without looking, I popped Curly right on top of the head here. The audience got hysterical.
My wife and I have been trying to teach our 8-year-old son that you don't really poke people in the eye like that, because he watches Three Stooges every day. It's a ritual when he comes home from school.
From the stage, I say to the kids, please do yourselves and me a great favor. Don't attempt this poking in the eye. It's extremely dangerous.
It is.
And even though I've been doing it for many, many years, the other boys can attest to the fact that on many occasions I've missed. So what chance do you have? Maybe you can do this, you know, and that, you know, that, all those kind of motions.
All the mothers know all of those things from seeing it with, you know, watching it with the kids.
Yeah. So
I'm trying to get my jacket on. Last time you were here, it first occurred. You hit your wife with a pie, remember? in the
Yes, I
audience?
certainly do.
Did you get much mail about that?
Oh,
No?
oh boy. I must have had 500 letters from all parts of the country. One of them said you ought to be ashamed of yourself.
A grown man.
They didn't know it was my
Didn't know
wife.
it was your...
No, he says, you ought to be ashamed of yourself throwing things at people in the audience
Who cut
when
your
they come
hair?
to enjoy you. Who cut
Excuse
my
me.
hair?
Yeah.
My barber, Benny the Barber, El Dorado on Vine Street.
'Cause you always-
35 years he's been doing this job.
It's purple. And it's his, too.
Yeah.
Right,
It's his hair.
mine, sure. And what was I talking about?
I want to tell you, it was about, look at that head of hair. Isn't that great?
Look at that.
Fantastic. Now, the reason I want to explain this is because when Moe went into the audience and hit this to the audience, it looked like you were hitting a strange lady.
Yes.
We went right off the air at that point. We didn't get a chance to explain it.
I know, but let me tell you one thing.
Okay.
You know, the first time in April when we did the show, we had the big pie fight.
Yeah?
I walked toward her with a pie, and I leaned over and I kissed her. This time I had the pie, I walked over, and she put her mouth out for a kiss, and I rang her.
We're going to show that film clip, which we never explained to the viewers. Watch this.
Keep your eyes in the front. And go.
Soupy!
That's it.
Wait a minute.
Mo, put your glasses on. How did your wife feel about that? You never told me. I never got
Oh,
chance-
she felt very good about it. She's a good sport, buddy. I tell you that.
I know she is. She's in the audience today. Why don't you go over and give her a nice kiss, okay?
Bring her up.
Yeah, bring her up, sure. Moe Howard's wife, okay?